Hey guys, I was inspired by Reaper Tate's awesome video about video games based on comic book characters, so I felt like I just had to share some of my prized items that hopefully Anthony will get a kick out of. So I'll start with the earliest game I have. Actually, I think it's the only game I'm going to show, but yeah, he showed it in his 1988. This was like one of the hardest games I played ever. Crazy. Yes, the Turtles game on NES. Super hard. 1988. I mean, I had my first comic. I still got it. Got it at the comic shop. The guy was kind enough to recommend it. Turtles 5. I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. It was right before the cartoon, the first 5. Like they did like five shows or something like that. I don't have the dates memorized for the show too well, but this was not 85. As you could see, well, later on I got in this great trade off a friend of mine the original number 4, which that cover is based off of. I'm sure you guys all know, but the first 4 Turtle books were bigger than regular comic books. Very cool covers. Look at that background behind there, that's awesome. One's pretty beat up. Got this in a trade. My good friend Eddie. I met Eastman. Signed this one. Very nice guy, if you ever meet him. He used to have this amazing comic book art museum in Massachusetts. So anyway, that's number 1. My oldest one. So then I loved arcades, right? And I love comics. So I was thrilled when this came out. 1991. Captain America and the Avengers! There was some pretty funny voice acting in this one. I thought it looked really good in the arcades. So this is the original marquee. They look really cool if you can have like a light behind them. I'm sure you can get that on eBay. Yeah, I'll put it up here. Sorry, camera. Bad camera. So then, right after that, I believe, boom, Spider-Man, Sega, arcade again. And this was really cool. It had Venom in it. I think the main bad guy was Dr. Doom. And you could choose Namor. Let's see. Black Cat and Hawkeye, yeah. So Hawkeye was in both games. That's pretty cool. But this game had a lot of cameos. You should look it up on YouTube. It's pretty neat and expansive. All the characters in it. I was pretty impressed. One thing I could show you guys is so if you ever collect marquees, a common issue with them, and maybe you could repair it somehow, I don't know, but as you could see right, let me adjust this light. Sorry for the focus. See that light, that hole right there? So the way marquees are made, this side is basically, the front is basically plexi, and then there's painted on, well, or screen printed probably, on the back is this white film, but a very thin film. That's probably really hard to see. Let's see. So it's all clear except for this part in the back, and you can actually really easily scratch that off, and then it can look pretty bad, and the light will shine through and like blind you, because usually in the arcade machines there's a big bulb right behind these, so that's why there's those holes there, because it got scratched. So they're pretty delicate, and you just something like, if you buy them off of eBay or something, make sure you get it's best if they could shine a light through it and take a picture, or and at least take a picture of the back, and it's fairly easy to spot scratches and whatnot. There might be an easy way to repair it, I'm not sure. I'll put that there. Let's see. Then 1992, and I think yeah, Anthony had this, I think, PlayStation game or something, he talked about it. This game came out from Capcom, and I got this remnant from the arcade, this artifact of a giant sticker that would go on the side of the machine. Oh, 95, yeah, 95, okay, 90, oh, okay, sorry, I got mixed up. So 92 was the Konami X-Men game. I don't have anything from that. That was the side scroller. I think it was, you could be either 4 players, it was a smaller cabinet, well, regular size cabinet, or a 6-player awesome huge one. And then, 2 years later, Capcom, they had the CPS2 board, which was like really awesome tech in their arcade machines. And man, the glare on this is really bad. Sorry. I'm gonna adjust this. I'll just hold this up, I guess. Let's see if I can prop it up somehow. Yeah, it's not gonna stay. Anyway, this is a badass sticker, if I do say so myself. Great Jim Lee drawing. I didn't really like the marquee art too much, but I always thought that was a great Magneto drawing. Put that down. Then, after that, what did they do? So I always loved the artwork in those Capcom games, and back then there wasn't really much you could get except some Japanese like guidebooks. So here's one for the next game in 1995, Marvel Superheroes. Let's see if I can flip through that. Yeah, and this was interesting. Look at that. Yep, you fought Thanos at the end. So that's pretty cool. Popularity maybe has gone up in that game, maybe. And you know, there was a lot of US art used, but I thought the game character sprites were really unique. Like, it was a really cool take on the characters. These books were pretty tough to get. I remember getting this one. I had no idea it was this small. And sometimes you could go to a Japanese bookstore and find one, but typically they have everything wrapped in plastic, so it was always a gamble, like, what you're gonna get. This one wasn't too bad. There's a lot of artwork in it. Yeah, Dr. Doom was in this. That was pretty cool. Yeah, this one shows the endings. Yeah, I didn't really like the endings they used, like It was like Capcom were struggling. Like, should we use our in-house artists, or which I thought were good. Look at that, it's great. Or they used Marvel art. Okay, I have a. This book was really tough to get. My friend had it, and I was so jealous. But I finally tracked one down eventually. I'm a huge Cap fan, so I was really like that take on Cap. Believe that the artist who did a lot of these drawings, Ben Bengis, was the, like. I mean, that doesn't sound like a Japanese name, but that's what their nickname was, or whatever. This book is really cool. It's got the backgrounds. It has a bunch of. I mean, this isn't an art book, really. It's still a strategy guide, I think. I don't read Japanese. But I believe there was some. I mean, there's just cool art. And back then, like. I mean, I barely even used the internet. 95. I mean, we were used to books. It was, you could really analyze like the sprites for like art. Capcom did a great job. I mean, it looked like awesome anime. It was better than any cartoon at the time. Oh yeah, this school has got lots of concept drawings and stuff like that. So what do we got next? Oh, I do have a. So that X-Men. So this is the awesome, even bigger sticker than the X-Men one. That is very, very cool. That's a giant sticker as well. Might be hard to find. For a while you could find these easy, and they weren't that, because arcades were moving out all their stuff and they just have like boxes full of like unused stuff. Like not every when you got the game you would get 2 stickers of this to put on your cabinet, but not every arcade bothered. A lot of arcades had the arcade machines butted up right side by side, so I mean even just getting at that would be tough. I mean, this, I feel like this is Arthur Adams. I can't remember if I like researched that at one point or it's just a style. I'm probably moving around too much. Sorry about that. Alright, so then 1996, the Versus series started. X-Men vs. Street Fighter. This is another one of those tough to get. Maybe not anymore, I don't know. But back at the time, very tough to get these books. And again, it was really cool to see the Japanese take on these guys. Look at that, that's awesome. Udon Comics, a lot of those guys were very inspired by the Capcom artists. Great music in these games too. Yeah, this one doesn't have as much cool art inside. This is a great marquee I got. Sorry, just trying to figure out how to. This one's big. Look at that. Isn't that style awesome? I like that saber-tooth. Gambit's pretty cool. And you know, they moved almost perfectly like that. Wow, this video is way longer than I thought. Okay, try to end this quick. What's next? The Versus series kept going. Marvel vs. Street Fighter. It got a little tired, I have to say, after a while. This one, I love the music in this one. I believe... yeah, there's some art. Spider-Man looked really cool. Oh yeah, the Mega Red. That's right. Wow, this really does not look good on my camera. Sorry. That was another one of those mini books. I do have a really cool poster. This was tough to find. It's for the Saturn version of the game. Very nice artwork on there. They really made Shuma Gorath, or however you say his name, they really made him look cool. This guy was only in the Japanese version. So kind of like a comedian or a newscaster or something. I'm not entirely sure. And yeah, that's pretty much then probably my favorite one, Marvel vs. Capcom, came out. I thought some of the art, at least the side art, they stopped doing like big stickers and stuff. Arcades were starting to not do as well. This was in '98. That last game was in '97. I mean, they kept going. Marvel 2 was, I think, a big success. But that was on a different board. That was on the Sega Naomi board, similar to the Dreamcast hardware, but didn't look as cartoony, which is what I really liked. That's one of my favorite Capcom characters, Strider. And a lot of this art is they compiled it all in this really cool book, which I think is out of print and kind of pricey online last time I checked. I barely have flipped through this, but they have pretty much everything I showed in these games. Oh yeah, Punisher, yeah, Punisher Arcade, that was really cool. But yeah, this is a great book. It has pretty much all the stuff I showed, plus the newer stuff, Marvel Capcom 2 and 3. Yeah, it's thick. Good one. Anyway, thanks, Reaper, for making all these great videos. Hope you like this. Take care. Bye.